musculoskeletal therapist. Matt was going to speak to you on this short video about knee pain. Stay tuned next week, that's what you're going to get. But we thought we'd talk about something that's relevant right now to me and maybe of interest to you. Slight graphic warning for just in a moment, but is this. Okay, I love all aspects of bike riding. One of my favourites to release in these long summer days is to get out to the dirt jumps. I love that. I love the fitness aspect, but I do love getting into the air. The rhythm of those jumps is awesome. It's a way to unwind, sort of active meditation. I screwed up 2 weeks ago. I completely got complacent, got out of the office, 14 hours in the treatment room, and my head wasn't there. So I don't know what I did. I can't even explain it, but all I know is I went over the handlebars. In that, I basically concussed myself. I absolutely smacked my face. It was the first thing to hit the ground. That's healing up quite well, still a bit left on the lip. But what I did in the process was my metacarpal. And essentially what happened is my hand got crushed between the ground and my handlebar, and it just snapped the bone. So I'll go into a little bit more detail on that. But the interesting thing about this is any bone breakage, whether it be your foot, whether it be your hand or anything, it's really important afterwards because all the bleeding, the swelling and all the trauma that goes on, and then obviously the immobilization, usually with some sort of a splint or a cast, it's really important to get things going as soon as possible. That's where we can come in. We can do a lot of massage, deep work, release any scar tissue that's formed, any tightness in the joints, mobilization, deep massage, dry needling, stretching, and then strengthening. Absolute imperative to any sort of broken bone. So don't just think it heals and it's all going to be perfect. If you can do a little bit of work afterwards, and that could be 2-3 sessions, it'll go a long way to stopping scar tissue forming down the track in years to come. So get onto it as soon as possible. Probably one of the other things that's really important to notice is I was concussed really badly in this fall. I smacked the ground very hard. We know there's a lot more knowledge now out there about concussion and the dangers of it. So if you can ride with someone else, especially if you're out trails, whether it's dirt jumping, whether it's out mountain biking, cross country, enduro, downhill, it doesn't matter. If you can do it with another crew, do it, because you can end up in a world of strife if that bleeding's too bad on the brain. And on the road, of course, same sort of deal. Often on the road there might be other people around, but you never know. So just make sure you understand concussion and understand the dangers of it afterwards. You may think you're fine, but in many cases, you're actually putting yourself at risk of further injury. Let's talk a little bit about this one here. I'm going to show you an x-ray of basically what's happened, and you'll see right here. And basically what's happened here, this is where they've put a couple K-wires, as they call them, or pins, through my metacarpal to stabilize it, so it actually hopefully unites nicely and heals properly in the future, and I don't have any issues. That's the whole idea. It'll be in for 4 weeks, they'll pull them out, and then I'll go through the recovery, like I said, of massage, mobilization, stretching of the hand, and hopefully I won't end up with too many issues down the track. It is the 6th surgery for this hand, unfortunately, and you might see 2 little screws on my ring finger there, and that joint has actually been completely reconstructed from my wrist. That's another story. So that's what they've done. Let me show you what it looks like from the outside. So here we've got the splint that they've given me. Okay, there is one of the ugliest fingers in the world. That's the one that's got the screws on it. But here, if we just peel this back, and here's my little warning to people. There we go. There's the wires that go right through, right up to my wrist, and they're going to be in there for a couple more weeks or a few more weeks yet. So basically it's got a metacarpal fracture or break, same thing. That's what's going on. And if I show you on the skeleton, it looks like this. All right, here we have the right hand, and basically what I've done, let's get this finger right, is I've snapped right through here. So those pins go, and obviously my hand's quite a bit bigger than this one, but those pins go right through all the way back to here to stabilize that bone. And what's happened as I've gone over the handlebars, I've been hanging on like so. I've gone over and my handlebar, the ground's hit here, handlebar's gone there, and it's just crunched that, snapped it. So yeah, so what I'll do for treatment is I will start mobilizing these joints when I can through different forms of rolling back and forth. I obviously can't do it with this guy because he's got wire in his joints, but
we'll get that going. I'll push into all these little muscles in between here. We'll do some stretches for the hand, and not so much worried about strengthening with this. I'm just going to get riding again. I'm just going to hold those handlebars and let the body do its thing. But yeah, it's a really complex structure. It's probably affected my wrist a little bit along with the other injuries I've already had here. So I will get into that as well.
So remember, yes, you can do a lot for broken bones, especially obviously post-break in the rehab phase, just to make sure that scar tissue does not take hold. So if you have any questions about that sort of stuff, just let us know. It's coming up to Christmas period. People are going to be getting out on the bike more. We're going to do a bit of a video on that in a couple of weeks. But if you've got any questions, you've got a bit more time over Christmas, drop us a line, drop in the clinic. We're open throughout the whole Christmas period. Skeleton staff, but we will be around. Not skeleton staff like this, just me and a couple others. And yeah, look, want to help you out in any way we can. All right, thanks crew, and look forward to Matt's session next week on the knee. All right, cheers.